Most people by now have seen the altercation that occurred between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith when LeBron James approached Stephen A. Smith after like the third quarter of the NBA game when his Lakers were playing the Knicks and Stephen A. Smith was sitting courtside. And supposedly LeBron went up to Stephen A. Smith and told Stephen A. to stop talking about his son. And Stephen A. Smith didn't do anything. And this is the same day that Stephen A. Smith had just signed the contract extension with Disney and ESPN for $100 million. So basically, I'm going to talk about what Stephen A. Smith said, what happened, and why he said what he said. And then I'm going to talk about like whose side I'm on, basically. I want to start with LeBron James' son, Bronny James. So LeBron James' oldest son, born in 2004, played one season at USC. He had a heart condition, so he had to stop playing for a while. Then he eventually came back. He only played 25 games, started 6 games. He only scored 121 points. For his time in college, his 1 year at USC, he averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. In no way, shape, or form do those stats back up that he should be an NBA player straight out of college, like after 1 year of college. Nothing about these stats say Bronny James should be in the NBA. If that had been any other player averaging those types of numbers, nobody would draft them in the NBA. But that is LeBron James' son. LeBron James, you could see, arguably the greatest player of all time, most points all time. Probably gonna have he ain't gonna have the most assists, but he go keep adding on to his points. He gonna be top 10 basically in every category. That's his son. So, and then LeBron only got a few more years left in him. So in the 2024 NBA draft, it came to the point nobody, even after people was talking about, the Warriors might draft Bronny, the Celtics might draft Bronny. Nobody drafted Bronny in the beginning. And if you go back to like the summer league and LeBron put out that tweet saying his son was better than some of these players playing in the summer league, like you basically putting a target on your son's back. Because you're LeBron James. You are already one of the greatest players of all time. Your career is almost over with. You don't got nothing else to prove. But your son is going to have to want to back up the words that you saying, because Bronny James not out there saying, yeah, I'm better than half the people in the league, or I'm better than some of the people in the league, or whatever. You're the one saying, yeah, my son already better than some of these people in this summer league. So again, nobody was drafting Bronny. So of course you don't want to let the kid look bad in front of millions of people. So LeBron, being that, hey, he with the Lakers. He about to retire soon, so hey, he'll be the first player to be able to play long enough to play with their son, because that's something very rarely that ever happens. So the Lakers is like, okay, we'll draft Bronny. So the Lakers drafted Bronny with the 55th pick in the second round. Think about that, the 55th pick. It took 55. So all those other teams, why did Lakers didn't draft him with their first pick? Why did they have to wait because they knew, the Lakers knew, like they just wanted to get him on the team so he could play with LeBron, so it could be a father-son moment in the NBA. So again, they drafted him 55th, and the rest is history. So now, before I get into the Lakers, let's talk about Michael Jordan real quick. Because Michael Jordan's sons also played basketball. They went to college and played basketball. His older son, Jeffrey Jordan, He played from like 2008 to like 2012. He played at Illinois and he played at UCF. His numbers were kind of like Bronny numbers, basically. Now, Michael Jordan's youngest son, Marcus Jordan, he had a way better college career. He played 3 years at UCF, played 94 games, averaged 12 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. So his numbers were way better than Bronny's numbers at UCF. This is Michael Jordan's youngest son, the one that was with Scottie Pippen's wife, Scottie Pippen Jr.'s mom, the one that got caught with drugs, I think, Marcus Jordan. But he had a way better career college-wise than Bronny James. So I only say that to say this. Even with him having a all right college career, during this time when both of his sons were in college, Michael Jordan was either at one point a minority owner or a majority owner of the Charlotte Bobcats, then the Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan, who's no longer playing, but he's an owner, he could have easily said, hey, I'm Michael Jordan. My sons play basketball. I need to draft them in the NBA. Michael Jordan didn't do that. Even though he could have. He had the power to do it. He was an owner. He didn't. Because you know why? Michael Jordan knew his son's not NBA players, man. They're not ready for that. So again, I understand what LeBron wants to do, but that's mainly for LeBron, basically, to say, yeah, I was able to play with my son. Because it's obvious his son, based off his numbers in college, you can tell LeBron James' son is not ready for the NBA. Now, if they wanted to not draft him and then pick him up as a free agent, that probably would have went better. But still, it still would have been people complaining about that. But again, I understand where LeBron is coming from. You get this rare moment to be able to play with your son. And I totally understand that. And then the first game of the season, you had Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. out there taking a picture with LeBron and Bronny and all that at half court and or on the court and stuff. That's a memorable moment. I get that. But again, at the end of the day, it's always going to be a lot of people, well, he took up a spot that somebody else could have had because he only on the team because he LeBron James' son. Now, before I get to Stephen A. Smith and what he said in his response to what LeBron said and all that, I want to address one thing. Yeah, you could talk about Bronny and all that, but again, like, the Lakers were 12 at this point in time when this had happened. The Lakers were 12-2 since trading for Luka Doncic. They were on an 8-game winning streak. What does Bronny have to? Bronny not even a part of, like, Bronny's in the G League going back and forth, back and forth. The Lakers are winning. Why are you even talking about Bronny? Like, why is Bronny's name even coming up? He not a part, like, he may play like a couple of minutes here and there, but he not no integral part of this 8-game winning streak. Why are they even talking about him at all? So basically, that's what it leads up to. They're in an 8-game winning streak. When it happened, that was the game they were playing the Knicks. They won. That was the last game they won before they ended up on a 2-game loser streak. But it was at the end of the third quarter, Stephen A. said that LeBron approached him. It wasn't after the game. It wasn't at halftime. He said it was after the third quarter. And that's when he said he approached him about talking about his son. But again, why is Bronny even a topic? All the way starting at February 20th, they had been on an 8-game winning streak. They had climbed all the way up to second place in the Western Conference. Because at one point in the season, the Lakers were like 10th in the West. And that, I think they're like 3rd or 4th now. But at that point, they climbed all the way up to number 2. 8-game winning streak, 12-2 since they traded for Luka. But for some reason, they talking about Bronny James. Like, why? What do you get from that? So I'm gonna play you a clip because Gilbert Arenas, because Stephen A. appeared on Gilbert Arenas to address what happened between him and LeBron. I'm gonna play you some clips of what Stephen A. Smith said, and I agree with some of it, but some of it I have a problem with. So this is basically what some of the stuff Stephen A. Smith had to say.
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. You got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember, if I do anything, this gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And
So Dad, now you've heard what Stephen A. Smith had to say about what happened. So this is my thing. This is some like I agree with him on the part that he just signed a $100 million contract with Disney and ESPN, and he not go confront, like he not go respond back and forth with LeBron during halftime. I mean, during whenever that happened in the third quarter or whatever, he not about to try to argue with LeBron courtside and cause a scene and all that, being that you just signed a $100 million contract, and that ain't gonna look right. The biggest personality on ESPN going up against the biggest person in basically in sports and in American sports, and LeBron James. It definitely not gonna look right. Two black men sitting up there, two millionaires. Well, LeBron is a billionaire, but two rich people just sitting there arguing in front of hundreds of thousands of people and millions of people watching on TV. So I agree with him on that part. But all the other stuff, the way he talking, like Stephen A. Smith, you not like he talking like he really like that. Like nobody, like you talking like you was gonna say this to LeBron face or something. Nobody believe, like you talked about when Kyrie confronted you and asked you if you had that same energy outside of the Nets arena that time. You talked about Kenyon Martin running up on you. You talked about Glenn Robinson running up on you. Like, all these athletes running up on you, you not talking the same way in front of them that you do when you on your podcast or you on ESPN. So you go to Gil's Arena and you start talking like dude, you not like that, so why are you talking like that? That's what Kendrick basically was saying about Drake. That's kind of the same way. Like we like Stephen A. with the Kwame post. We don't like Stephen A. when he act tough. Like Kwame Brown is even still going at you. You ain't. Why you not going at Kwame Brown? And I understand you trying to let that situation die out because you made basically Kwame career. You messed up his career, had everybody thinking he was some kind of bum and all that. But again, like the way you talking, you get on Gil's Arena and you start cussing and stuff, talking about LeBron, he pissed you off and all this type of stuff. But you didn't say that to LeBron. And again, I can understand you not saying it at that moment. But hey, you could have did it behind closed. Like Tim Hardaway said, he has addressed people talking about his son before behind closed door. He never did it. And that's my problem with what LeBron did. I don't. So really, both of them are in the wrong. For me, both of them are in the wrong because I don't have a problem with LeBron sticking up for his son. But if you go do that, do it behind closed doors. You don't do that in front of millions of people in the middle of a game, basically. Especially since your son is not no little kid. Your son is 20 years old. He was born in 2004. Your son about to be 21 this year. The fact that you got and again, that's your son, but still, you put that target, LeBron put that target on his own son's back, just like LeVar Ball put the target on Lonzo's back before Lonzo even played in the NBA. LeVar started talking about LeBron gonna have to listen to Lonzo. That's gonna be Lonzo. The Lakers gonna be Lonzo team. He gonna be the leader and all that. And LeBron gonna have to listen to him and saying that Lonzo was better than Steph Curry. And so that's why Patrick Beverley went out that first game when they played the Clippers or whatever. Patrick Beverley was picking him up full court. Hey, your daddy doing all this talking. You the one got to back that up. LeBron, when LeBron said that his son already better than not half, but some of these people in this summer league, Bronny didn't say that. LeBron said that. But guess who gonna have to back it up? Bronny. Bronny gonna have to get. Even in this picture that I showed when they sitting on the bench, look how small Bronny is compared to LeBron James. Now imagine Bronny. Now there's shorter players in the NBA still doing their thing. But Bronny not that. Now imagine Bronny going out there trying to guard Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard and Giannis and all them type of players. Man, please. But again, Stephen A. Smith is just doing his job. But again, the Lakers are on an 8-game winning streak. Why are you even talking about Bronny at all? The Lakers moved all the way up to second place. Why are you talking about Bronny? He not a part of that. He in the G League. He averaging 22 points in the G League, where he belongs. Now, if you want to occasionally, which they've been doing, occasionally bring him up, let him play some minutes here or there to help get an NBA feel, I have no problem with that. But y'all trying to make it seem like he out there playing 30 minutes or something, like he an integral part of the Lakers' success or something. He's not. LeBron about to retire probably a year or two, maybe 3 years. He wanted to get as much time as he could playing with his son. And again, I get that. But LeBron needs to face the fact that his son just wasn't ready. So both people can be right, both people can be wrong. Like I said, I don't have a side for either one, because I feel like they both wrong in each way. I mean, in their own way, but still, LeBron should have known his son wasn't ready for the NBA. And Stephen A. Smith should have known, hey, why are you still talk about the success of the Lakers? Why are you talking about Bronny James at all? But that's all I wanted to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Whose side are you on? Are you on LeBron's side? Or are you on Stephen A. Smith's side? Or are you on nobody's side at all? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.